Hello and welcome to something a little bit different today. So I was perusing through my local gaming store for some limited edition things. I wanted to try and get the limited edition Space Marine model to unbox and review to show you. But instead I found this little gem. And this is the limited edition USAriadna sectorial pack for Corvus Belli's Infinity. Now I understand Infinity isn't as popular on my channel, but being as this was something special, I thought it'd be nice to share with you guys and just to get out there something a little bit different from all the 40k that I've been doing recently. So this is a special limited edition box. It's an army pack that includes a limited edition model that you can use within the game. On the side of the box we've got all the different models within. So these are what's included additionally to the standard starter box. And then we have the standard starter miniatures here. And then on the back we see a shot of everything that's in this box, and it comes with a full set of things to get people started in the game if they haven't played it before. So it comes with a small mat to do starter games on, as well as a handful of buildings and shipping crates, which in Infinity is incredibly important to have lots of terrain as it's integral to, well, the gaming system, with cover bonuses for shooting, armour, etc. As you can see, it's got a hell of a long list of everything that's included, including dice, silhouette templates, order tokens, a little rule book to get you started, as well as background. But without further ado, let's crack it open and take a look at what's inside. So the first thing we're greeted with is a white box. Exciting. We open, we see is chock full of things already. Now, there was a little technical issue, I believe. Yeah, there was a little technical issue with the Mavericks, which is the biker, where it was only printed in Spanish instead of English. So here's just the profile within. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Infinity, this is what a standard profile looks like. It's very different from what you're familiar with 40k. So they've got movement values. They've got a single movement and then a double movement, a close combat value, a ballistic skill value, a physical value, a willpower value, an armor value, a biotechnical shielding value, a wound value, a silhouette value, and the availability in a force, as well as the equipment and special skills they come with. This profile also comes with a second profile here, which is basically representing the biker off her bike. As you can see, she's a lot slower, but other than that, she doesn't really change. And then below, we've got the different weapon options and their point costs. So, the first thing we're going to look at in here is the USAriadna starter box, which is something you can buy individually, or you could get it included in this bundle. So, as you can see, it's chock full. It's got little complaint codes. These codes are used if you're missing any parts. So we're going to open these up to have a look. So the first model we're looking at here is a Ariadne Grunt. Now, let's see if we can get the focus going. Corvus Belli models, in my opinion, are without a doubt the best metal sculpted models in the market. For detail-wise, they can be an absolute pain to put together because they can be incredibly fiddly, but they're getting better. I'm going to show you the rifle. It's also a lot more true scale than what 40k is, rather than heroic. The barrel's a little bit bent, but as it's just a soft metal, it can be pushed into place quite easily, and there's a little bit of flash to clean up, but not, all in all, it's not that bad. With the second arm, yeah, and then a little pouch that goes on his back, or a backpack even. Set that aside, careful not to mix up the bits. So this model we're going to be looking at is the heavy infantry. And I believe these are called the Minutemen. So the first thing we'll have a look at is the body. As you can see here, it's cool, clean, crisp sculpts, as well as having a kind of modern military feel to them. We have a separate head. Here, as you can see, it's nice face sculpting, if we can just keep it in focus. There. Then this guy comes with 2 mini flamethrowers, which are awesome and work basically like old edition 40k, where you put down a template, anything under it is hit. And they're very good for clearing out models that have camouflage, etc. And then again, a little backpack to put on the back. Ariadna is a very rugged military force. It's a very realistic looking military force inspired by modern day rangers, according to Corvus Belli. Okay, so the next model we're going to be looking at is the Foxtrot, which is a infiltrating specialist. So we show his body. As you can see, he looks a little bit lighter. He's got more standard combat fatigues on rather than bulletproof vests. But he's covered in pouches and gear for surviving in the wilderness. He comes with a rifle as standard, and a joining arm, but this one I think has got a walkie-talkie, a backpack again, and then he's got a little cap because who doesn't? Basically you can make Captain Price from Call of Duty in your games here. On to the next one. We're back to a additional grunt now. So this is one that's got a face mask on. Yeah, again, no, it's really well sculpted. I can't see any massive mold lines that need to be removed. The rifle here. Joining arm, and another backpack. Then we've got the final grunt here. And this is a female grunt. Again, no ridiculous boob plates, which makes a difference for Corvus Belli. Normally they go a bit over the top with the female models. But again, with the USAriadna, they've gone for a little bit more of a realistic look, which I appreciate. Now, her weapon is a little bit smaller. It's still the standard rifle, same rules, but basically how Corvus Belli sculpts their models are, for the female weapon, well, for the female arms they just scale down the male ones. But as the weapons are attached, they also scale down the weapon, and that's really my only complaint with Corvus Belli models. Again, this one is reloading, so she's got a little ammo clip in her grip. And then finally a backpack here. And then we're on to the final model in this pack, which is the Marauder. Again, this is a very heavily armed and armoured miniature, but a nice clean sculpt, covered in pouches and little details. It's detailed and realistic without looking too busy, which is what I like. It comes with a heavy flamethrower. If you can't tell, USAriadna likes flamethrowers. This helps deal with their inherent technological disadvantage to the game, as camouflage doesn't care. Well, flamethrowers don't care if they can see you or not. And then finally, we've got his little helmet here. Again, lovely, clean sculpted head. Okay, so the next set of models we're going to look at is the USAriadna Marine Corps, the Devil Dogs. Now, these guys are essentially sci-fi werewolves. And you'll see what I'm getting onto in a minute. As you can see, these models are a heck of a lot bigger. So this is the main body for the Devil Dog. Now, essentially what's happened here is there's an alien race on this planet called the Antipodes. And the Antipodes work essentially like werewolves. where if they bite you, you turn into a dog face, as they're called in certain places, and sometimes you have to be put down because you're too wild, whereas sometimes you can instead be drafted into the military and serve as devil dogs. So as you can see here, he clips together. Again, he looks very modern, yet very anime style, which is what Infinity is. Got a huge machete, which acts as a knife, believe it or not. Massive bulky arms, plugged on. And then a huge revolver as his heavy pistol, which looks amazing. Now, devil dogs also come with an antipode that's bonded to them. So this is the main body of it. You see here. And then it comes with all these attachments. As you can see, it's a little bit like a wild animal, but at the same time it also has rudimentary weapons. These are the native life forms of the planet, after all. But even then, despite the fact this is a crude and blunt weapon, it still is sculpted amazing and looks awesome. Got a tail. And then the head comes in 2 parts. And a rear leg, like so. Just move these aside. Just put these back in the box so we don't get them all mixed up. And then the final miniature we're going to be looking at is, well, one of the final, and this is the Maverick, which is basically a scout bike battalion. So the bike comes in 1 set of parts, which goes on this base here. So I'll show you the body of the bike. Again, very sleek and futuristic, yet also rugged and solid looking. And then we have the biker herself, which, as you can see, is a bit more fiddly. So we have the biker who sits on the bike. Get out of focus. There we go. As well as a collection of parts to go on the bike, such as stabilizers, etc. The biker comes with a shotgun and a backpack. I'm not going to show you all the individual parts of the bike because it's just little grips, etc. for holding on. Just going to move this aside. And then we have the limited edition model, which is essentially her dismounted. So here we have the Maverick. Binoculars, fitting with the fact that she is a scout battalion, and then a hand that I believe goes on the hip. And finally a backpack. Just going to throw this back in the bag. Again, I'm trying to keep the parts from mixing up because unlike Games Workshop, they don't really come with instructions and you've kind of got to fiddle it out on your own. So, if we set things aside and move this away so we can get a bit more filming space. Next pack is this plastic wrapped pack, which hopefully I can get open. Okay, so there's going to be a little jump cut here because I can't get this open myself. Yeah, and be back in, typical. Okay, so we've unpacked. So we get a little book explaining USAriadna, etc., what it is, who they are, the models, what we've got here. The grunts, the devil dogs, just giving you a little bit of history of them. The Minutemen, Foxtrot, and then rules for how to play, a really basic, simple one, but it's all done for the Ariadna, which means it was completely new designs. Over here, and then the profiles for all of them. Then we've got the different missions for getting you into the game. It teaches you the game. And we've got a how to expand your army, telling you what you can include in your force, things that can be included in the Ariadna sectorial. And then some expanded army lists. We've got the first group here, which is the one you can make pretty simply from this box and a small amount of additions. And then a second expanded army list here. And then some Infinity Universe stuff like the books you can buy, etc. The starter sets and so on and so on. As well as a nice cool map. And then it flips to Spanish because this game is a Spanish-based game. And basically if you flip it on the other side you'll get Spanish stuff. Okay, so then we've got a little punch-out sheet with all the things you need on it to play. So let's have a look at this. So you're getting your order tokens as well as a smoke token and a movement distance and a silhouette token on this page. Then you've got the different, and on the second page you've got the different templates. So this is a light flamethrower, this is a heavy flamethrower, as well as just commanding tokens and more silhouettes for breaking down different things. And then we've got one more little plastic bag here that open much easier. So we've got the fold out map that I'm not going to fold out here, it'll be in the second half of this video, as well as all the buildings that you can put together. They're just foam card, push them together, they're really easy to do and they look great, as well as different crates and buildings you can build. And then just little instructions for building them. So this has been the unboxing portion of this video. Oh, and there's some D20s. So this has been the unboxing part of this video. After a small jump cut now, we'll be back with the built models and my thoughts on the box. And welcome back to the USAriadna limited edition unboxing. So I've put together all the models included. As you can see, it's a good chunk of models, as well as the buildings and cardboard crates included in the box. It also gives you some terrain. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a quick look at all the models. So the first one was the Minuteman, and he went together really well. There's a little bit of mold line cleanup and some flash here and there, but all in all, it was a lovely model to put together, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Next we're going to look at the basic grunt. Again, another easy to put together model. A little bit of cleanup is still needed in some places, like there's a little bit of flash just on the arm there. I'm not sure how well this is turning up. There we go. That still needs some cleaning up. But again, another good model to put together. Then we're on to the female grunt. She had some clipping that needed to be done on her backpack and stuff. Again, on the shoulder needs a little bit of clipping, but not a lot, and tidying up. But again, really can't complain with the model. I can't sing Corvus Belli's praise enough. The models always look great, or well, recently they look great. Some of the older models have some questionable choice to sculpt. Some flash on this model I need to trim off. But all in all, he's a really nice and cool looking model. I'm basically going to call him Price, because if you've played Call of Duty, you know who he is. This is the Marauder with heavy flamethrower. Again, awesome looking model, went together like a dream, really can't complain here. Let's do one more pan round so you can get an idea of what the models look like. And then the final grunt, or the face mask one. Now normally corvus belli models, they're a pain when you've got an arm like this, where this arm is separate, the hand is on the gun, and then it's another joint at the shoulder. Now normally those are an absolute pain, and I found they require some green stuff to fill. However, this one is a rare example of one that went together with no issue. Now I'm not sure if that's because it was a newer model, because it's only ever been on older models I've had issues with, but again, it's an improvement I can't really complain about, because I've been looking for it for a long time. We're going to look at the Devil Dogs now, which are the USAriadna Marine Corps. Of course, anyone familiar with the American Armed Forces will know that's what the nickname for the Marines is, Devil Dogs. Now this guy is awesome. As you can see, there are some really nasty gaps on this model that need to be filled, and they will be filled before painting, obviously. I really like his revolver. Awesome looking model, and again, it's packed full of detail without being overpowering. He's also got an antipode attack dog that he gets as well. Now this one gave me a little bit of problem putting together. Largely this jaw here, I was trying to put it together upside down, and because it doesn't come with instructions, I didn't know which was the right way around. So as you can see, his jaw is a little bit offset, but again, he doesn't look bad, and from the tabletop he'll look good. Then we're on to the Mavericks, not Desperados. Now this was an awesome model, but an incredible pain to put together. The bike came in about 5 different parts and needed, well, to be put together. And again, with no instructions, because that's what corvus belli does, a little bit of pain trying to figure out what goes where. Now, I think it's all together, I'm not missing any parts as far as I'm aware, and it looks decent all the same. The rider looks awesome, I really like the pose she's got going with the shotgun here. But again, awesome looking model, can't complain other than the fiddly building. And now we've got the limited edition sculpt to go with, which is a dismounted Maverick biker, but you can also use this as a HVT in the game of Infinity. Here we go, it's a nice model, can't complain. There was a little freebie included in the box, because it was a limited edition box. Yeah. But again, it'll make a really good high value target, or to be used as a dismounted Maverick. Now, what else is included in this box? You get 2 sets of this crate, 2 sets of this crate, and 2 sets of this crate. You also get 2 of the Tactical Operations Center, as you can see on top, and you also get 2 of the Comm Center buildings. So all in all, you get 4 buildings, 6 crates. It's enough to cover a little mat. Speaking of little mats, they're also on the one that comes in the box. All in all, it's a nice box. It's a good way to get started in Infinity if you fancy USAriadna. If you can still find the box in stock anywhere, pick one up, because they're currently out of rotation. The models, you don't really get a discount on them compared to if you were to buy them in retail, but you get a lot included alongside that. Just to note, this is the USAriadna starter box here, which you can buy retail separately. The Devil Dogs come separately, you can buy them. Marauders, though, do not come like this. You can buy a pack of 2 bikers, but not this biker nor the dismounted. So this biker here is exclusive to this box set. All in all though, but that has been that. I'm thinking of doing a little bit more Infinity content on the channel. If you like to see some of that, agree with me in the comments. If you wouldn't, fair enough, let me know in the comments below. But I was thinking maybe just a how to play and an introduction to the universe, testing the waters first. So how would you feel about that, being as you're the ones watching my content? But until then, I will see you in the next one.